Hello, one and all. Welcome to EGOTASTIC Fun Time Live, where a fan can be a fan. Yes, I'm using my special voice. What is going on, one and all? I hope you all had, those who celebrated a holiday, I hope you had a great holiday. And those who had a weekend, I hope you had a great weekend. Fun times here at EGOTASTIC Fun Times. I wanted to check in, see how you guys are doing. Hope you like the little intro that I prepared for the live show. Might keep it for a little while, might get rid of it, make a new one. We shall see. Things are going on. What's up, Sam Easton, T Stoney, Sci-Fi Mombi, Brian Dawkins, Margot B, Jim Watson, Joy, Don Archmage, Frey, Curtis, Tate, and more are coming in right now. Barry, how are you doing? Barry says, I'll have to watch it later on since I have to go to a meeting. That's right. That was typed a little bit earlier before the stream started. But hey, I might as well talk about it now. What's going on, you guys? Still no news from the Orville camp, though I still have no doubt that there will be more Orville. I just don't know when it will be. Probably a while, but hopefully we'll get a announcement, something, a snicker, something. Snickers satisfies you guys, something from the Orville camp at some point. Doesn't have to be a whole to do, just hey, we got you guys covered. It's just gonna take a while. We got some things to do, and also the streaming market is weird right now. The streaming market doesn't quite have the balls to take on something as amazing as the Orville. The Orville costed a lot of money. We know the streaming services are a little tight right now, but doesn't mean they always will be. I, for one, took advantage of all the Black Friday deals in order to save money. I got Hulu, Disney Plus, Showtime, Paramount Plus, Max, and some other things in there. Anyway, I'm paying like $12 for all the streaming services. It feels pretty good to save that kind of money, and some of that money is good for an entire year. I know I got Disney Plus and Hulu, and I think maybe Max for an entire year for a very low price, or it might be Peacock. Peacock had a deal as well, which makes me think, hey, by the time that year is up, it'll be Black Friday again, and I can just re-sign up for an all-new Black Friday deal, and maybe that's what I'm just going to keep doing for the rest of the life cycle of streaming services, because eventually these streaming services are probably going to go. There's too many of them. We all cut the cord because we're tired of all this stuff behind a paywall. Now there's like 7 or 8 paywalls. So I guess we didn't think that one through, did we? But hey, what you gonna do when the stream-o-maniacs come for you? Yeah, I changed the room around. The setup that I had, I just hated it. It had there was wires showing. I hated being crammed up against that wall over there. I was like, you know what? I got plenty of room. There's just no good place to put my setup that's not going to show the door back there. I'm like, oh, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just do it anyway. And look, it's pretty good. My head's in the way of the door anyway. Andrew, I just arrived, so I rewound the video to watch the opening. I like it. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. Archmage Frey, catching up on any of the missing shows with your new subs yet? I watched the first episode of Frasier. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed watching it. There's so much stuff to watch now. I mean, this is the case anyway. There's so much stuff to watch that it's hard to find anything to watch because there's too many options. I did watch that new movie with Melissa McCarthy, Genie. I think it was on Peacock. Really enjoyed it. It was a fun comedy. Turned out to be a holiday movie, which I didn't expect, but it was very welcome. I was like, oh, it's a holiday movie. Awesome. A lot of fun. Melissa McCarthy plays a genie, unlimited wishes. The guy gets into trouble with his wishes, has to get out of the trouble. And everybody learns something about themselves and each other. It was a good holiday movie. Is there a code for Peacock? No, all these streaming services, you just go to their website and try to sign up, and every one of them had the deal splash right into your face. And then you just sign up using that. Now, some of the deals I did not qualify for because I already had subscriptions to those services. Not a problem. You just cancel your service. I have multiple email addresses. I just signed up under a different email address. No problem. Easy peasy. So I got all that stuff. I'm saving so much money, which is very much needed because I have hardly any money. So it's good to save some money. But I have Paramount Plus now, I think for 3 months, 3 to 6 months. I can't remember. All the different services had a different term limit. And it's hard to keep track of them, but I didn't know that Hulu and Disney Plus and I think Peacock had a 12-month deal. Monkey Zor, the 2016 version of The Tick on Amazon, is pretty funny. I watched that when it first came out. I highly recommend The Tick, the new Tick, any Tick really, but the new Tick was really fun. On Amazon Prime, check it out if you got it. Highly recommend it. A lot of fun. It was the right tone, the right jokes, the right Tick universe for live action for sure. Hail chat, happy post Turkey Day, says Jim Watson. Absolutely happy Turkey Day. I had 2 plates of turkey food on Thanksgiving Day. First, we went to Jessica's family. We celebrated Thanksgiving, had some turkey food there. A couple hours later, went to my mom's house, celebrated Thanksgiving, had some turkey food over there as well. It was a lot of fun. I usually don't have a lot of turkey. As I've gotten older, I don't enjoy it as much, but both turkeys were delicious, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. And I'm not going to get sick of it because we didn't have like a bunch of, at least us, we didn't bring home a bunch of leftovers or anything like that. Missing the Orville SFX with the music. Yeah, the music is tough. That's what demonetized this channel at the beginning of the year. I'm demonetized again until the end of January. So things are pretty tough over here in Egotastic Funtime land. I've been working, doing Uber driving in the daylight hours every day, which is fine. It just does not make enough money. I'm hurting like crazy. Ain't gonna have the rent money. I didn't have the car payment, didn't have the phone payment. We'll see how long these lights stay on. I think it's why I called this stream Lights Out, because man, I don't know how much longer these lights are gonna stay on. And being demonetized, there's really no point in making videos for YouTube right now. So at least for the rest of the year, I decided if I make any videos, it's going to be for the Patreons because they've been supporting for years. They deserve something. So I'll be making videos for Patreon. We're going to be doing watch parties on Twitch. Next watch party is I think it's going to be this Wednesday around, what time should I say? About 2 or 3 p.m. I'll announce it when I finally get it figured out. But we're going to be watching together Masters of the Universe. I haven't seen that movie in many a decade, and I would love to watch it with you guys. So if you guys are interested in watching Masters of the Universe together, you can subscribe to the Egotastic Funtime Twitch channel in the description below. If you want to help keep the lights on, because I'm not able to do it without a demonetized channel. Working and having a monetized channel, I'm able to keep the lights on. Right now, I'm not able to keep the lights on, unfortunately. So if you want to help with that, PayPal and Patreon are the ways to go. One thing with Patreon was just announced today, and I tried it out. If you use the Patreon app on your phone, hello phone, it has live chat. So I started a live chat. So anyone could go in there and we can just live chat forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I'm just trying to figure things out, guys. YouTube demonetizing me again for this year has really effed me up. Effed me up right in the A. But I'll still be doing live streams right here on YouTube. Of course, I started I turned my second channel into the Shortsville, which is Orville Shorts channel. I have 160 Orville shorts that I've made up to this point, and many more to make, because I'm never going to run out of material. So if you want to subscribe to that, link is also down below. It's growing really fast. And then hopefully at the end of January next year, that will also be monetized. And then things will be going crazy. The lights will be on so hard. There will be 5 lights. Sorry, Captain Picard. I know you only saw 4, but I'm going to have 5. Yeah, I said it. Yay, Tom Paris is in that movie. Is he really in Masters of the Universe? Joe, how's it going? Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. How are you doing? Yeah, Twitch will be good. Twitch is pretty decent. I haven't done it that much because I'm still figuring things out. But yeah, I used to be on Twitch all the time. I'm getting back into it. And we did a watch party last week of the newer RoboCop movie from a couple years ago, and that was a good time. We had a great time. Kind of Mystery Science Theater 3000ing whatever movie we watch. I mean, that's what I do. I can't watch something on a live stream and not try to crack jokes the entire time. Sam Easton says, Jaloja had a great Thanksgiving. Love my fam, but also love to be back home. Can't wait to do it again next month. You're going to have 2 Thanksgivings at the same time that I'm celebrating Christmas? Oh, you're probably celebrating Christmas. I get it. I see what's going on. It's always good if you're with the fam and you like being with the fam. Some people don't like being with the fam, and I get it, because the fam is made of people, and not all people are the coolest people, right? But I'm glad you have a cool people family. I think I also have a cool people family. I enjoy spending time with mine. Does Flora the Genie call Bernard Master? I don't recall if she ever called him that, but she does call him Nardo, which I don't think he enjoys at first. One of his earlier roles. Okay, so when we're watching Masters of the Universe on Twitch and Tom Paris shows up, we're going to have to talk about it. See what we think about a young Robert Duncan McNeil. Yeah, YouTube getting cray-cray. That's why a lot of content creators are fleeing to Rumble. Yeah, I checked out the whole Rumble thing. I see no fruits in those looms. Unless you got nothing but cat videos. People keep mentioning Rumble. I've looked into it. It doesn't look like a viable option. I mean, maybe they're getting better. I don't know. But when I checked them out, I was like, no, this ain't the place to be. Andrew, has anyone seen the trailer for the new John Woo movie, Silent Night? It will be in theaters December 1st. I have not seen a trailer for that, though I am looking forward to watching Violent Night this year. That movie that came out last year. This Santa Claus it's an action movie with Santa Claus. It's got to kick some booty. That's available for live streaming for watch parties as well. Not broadly available. So when we watch that one on the live stream, it might not be available everywhere, but the live stream will be available as far as my dumb face talking. So you'll be able to take part in that. Maybe you can press play on the movie on your end and watch it while we're talking about it. Sam Easton asking Margot, is Rumble getting less cray-cray? I took a peek at it, and it's largely political content. They got art and fandom stuff now. Do they have art and fandom stuff now? Yeah, I checked it out a bunch of months ago. It was just cat videos. Political content, I definitely don't want to hang out over there. But if they got a whole art section that people are actually taking part in, it's just tough. So tough with YouTube. YouTube is the game. There's no other game. Unfortunately, there's no other game. I need another game. Silent Night has an awesome trailer. I am in. Okay, I'll have to check that out, Lou. Did you see the trailer for the new Planet of the Apes movie? A certain voice should be familiar to us. Yeah, on Patreon, I put out a video about that. Peter Macon is playing Rocka, one of the apes in Planet of the Apes. And yeah, it's obviously Peter Macon's voice. You hear it, you instantly recognize it. There is no doubt about it. But yeah, if you want a fun, family friendly but still fun for adults holiday movie, I highly recommend Genie. That's on Peacock, starring Melissa McCarthy and the other guy. I like the other guy. I just don't know his name. Cats can be cool. Yeah, I'm actually looking at a cat right now. Nicola snuck her way in here before I closed the door, and she's sitting on the backside of my computer monitor, and she better not touch that button that's right next to her, because if she hits that button, all the lights turn off, and it'll be Nicola's fault. Oh, I had a horrible thing happen today, and I hope it doesn't end up becoming more of a horrible thing. I was out this morning, driving around, giving people rides. Went and stopped off at a convenience store to get something to drink. Came back to my car, and it wouldn't start. A brand new car. Well, new to me, but it's a 2019. New enough. And it wouldn't start. I sat there for an hour and a half watching videos, trying to figure out what the issue might be. Finally called Jessica. She came, and we jumped the car, and it actually started. I was worried it wasn't going to start, because a lot of videos that I watched on the possible issue, said, oh yeah, we tried to start it and it wouldn't start. We jumped it, and it actually did start right away. And so I just drove around, tried to do some more rides. I just never turned the car off, because I didn't want to have that problem, that issue happen again. Eventually I drove it back home and turned it off. It turned it back on. It started. I hope it does that tomorrow morning. I hope this doesn't become a huge issue. I hope it was just a little wires got crossed type of issue, but I don't know, because when I press the little button on my car handle, because I have the key in my pocket, it should automatically unlock. It doesn't. It's not detecting my key. So that is a worry. So I'm worried I'm going to wake up tomorrow and not have a way to make, even though it's not enough money, a little bit of money. But oh man, I'm so nervous tomorrow. It's kind of depressed, but I'm trying to keep my spirits up. Either way. Lou says, I grabbed Peacock when you sent out that reminder, $20 for a year. That's right. You can get the entire year for $19.99. I did the monthly. I didn't have $20 on me. But I'm like, oh, I got $1.99 on me. So let me go ahead and lock this baby in. Dan Crane. Hail, Dan Crane. I hope it's not my alternator. I had alternators with one of my alternator problems with one of my cars years and years and years ago. I don't even have money for anything, let alone an alternator. Yeah, I got to check the cables. I got to check everything out, but man. Yeah, anything I get checked, I have to check it myself. Can't bring it in anywhere, because they all want monies. Stupid businesses always wanting money. Vero, any good? That one I don't know. I know. Let me tell you guys something. It's a little bit harder, because you have to subtitle the entire thing. You have to, not the video, but you have to send in the captions. Amazon Prime, you could post videos on Amazon Prime. I posted like 2 or 3 videos on Amazon Prime years ago. But the captions thing, I was like, oh, this is too much. I can't do it. But I pulled in a little bit of money every month from those videos for a couple of years. Not a lot, because they got older and older. But the first couple of months they did pretty well. You can upload to Amazon Prime, but you got to get those captions, and that's the hard part. Maybe I'll just send in music lyrics or something. No, I think their computers double check to make sure that the captions match the video. Damn you, computers. Emmanuel Shepard says, just signed up to Patreon. Oh, awesome. Looks like great content. Good luck with the car tomorrow. Thanks, Emmanuel. I got some content on there, but I'm going to put better content, more content and better. I think I'm going to be doing like rant videos, not necessarily rant videos, but talking about a topic. uh, that I write out and all that stuff, and give the Patreons some JP talking about stuff videos, 2-3 minutes long. And then YouTube, at least for the rest of the year, will just be some live shows, and then live watch parties and regular live shows on Twitch all the time. I'm just working out a schedule. I'm like, you know what? I have to say, I just got to be home on these certain days at these certain times and get streaming. I've always had a hard time with that. Schedules are hard because life keeps changing. Oh, either your starter or distributor is playing OP, playing op. I don't, or playing up, acting up. I don't know. I do not know. I'll find out more tomorrow. Hopefully it just starts. If it doesn't start, I'm going to jump it and just go out and try to do some deliveries and just not turn it off. If I don't turn off the car, it'll keep running. But hopefully I don't have to even deal with that. But these cars are just computers nowadays. So I was like, oh no, it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be a sensor somewhere. All I know is it hurts. It hurts, and it's the worst possible time. I can't deal with it. Renew the Orville, Disney Plus. Do it. Do it. Damn you, Disney Plus. Damn you, Bob Iger. I don't want to damn him super publicly yet, because maybe he did renew it and they just can't tell nobody yet. Or maybe it's on the list of, hey, once we're better, we got to renew this show because people want it. Lou says, I would go have the battery checked at like AutoZone or similar. I will, because I have one right down. There's an AutoZone or Auto something pretty close by, like a block away. Might be 2 blocks, but hey, what's the difference between 1 block and 2 blocks? Not much. In Arizona, where I live before moving to OK, you would get 3 years out of them, plus your key fob battery. I changed the key fob battery. I ended up thinking that that's not what it was, but I did change the battery just in case. But no, the problem kept going. Even with a brand new battery, key fob battery, which was like $5-6. Jaloja, Dr. Scat Giles. When did Ted start? Ted actually doesn't start until January. The new Ted series from Seth MacFarlane. I also got some really good news about the Ted series. But first, it starts January 11th on Peacock. I think it's going to be like 7 episodes all dropped at once. It's all been filmed. It's all been edited. It's ready to go. It was supposed to come out over the summer. It's an event, they're calling it. And you can see the trailer now on Peacock. They are advertising it. But it's going to be all episodes all out at once, which I think is a bad idea for any streaming service to do right now, because they're all trying to keep people watching. The best way to keep people watching is give them a new episode of a show once a week. Dropping them all at once means people are just going to watch it and then move on. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, as long as I get to watch it, as long as we get to watch it, right? Oh, but good news about Ted. Okay, we know Seth MacFarlane is Ted. He's the producer. He's the director. He's the writer. He's the voice of Ted. We know Scott Giles plays the dad. He's the father on the show. But we found out, I can't remember her first name or last name. I think it's Wingham. The girl who plays Lysella in the Orville plays the sister on the show. And the main guy, the main kid, who's the one who owns Ted, originally played by Marky Mark in the movies, but takes place in like 1993, is played by the kid from the episode of the Orville, If the Stars Should Appear. Was his name Tomlin? I can't remember exactly. I know there's a Tomlin somewhere in that episode. I don't know if maybe the kid's name is Tomlin, but anyway, he's the star of the show with Ted. So we got a lot of Orville crossover with the Ted series. Ted Costantino is the editor. There's other people from the Orville crew that are on the Peacock Ted series crew. Can't wait to see what other guest stars they have on the show that might be crossovers from the Orville. I haven't looked into who plays the mother on the show and whether or not she's anywhere on the Orville, some side character or something. I don't think she is, but I can do some deep and dirty research. If I make a video about it, I'll put that video up on Patreon for the patrons. But of course, we got our live shows here. Doing a live show on Patreon is a little bit tougher, but I don't want to leave the YouTube crowd in the dust, in the dark, even though I might be in the dark sooner than later. So we'll keep doing live shows here. And Brian Dawkins is the one that gave me that great information about 7 episodes all at once. James Cecil says, at least you're not having to pop the hood, pop off the fuse box cover, or replace the 25 amp fuse in the fuel pump like I do with the company truck every day. Every single day you got to do that. That does suck. I'm sorry you have to do that, James. Thomas Landry, how's it going? Question for JP. Do you think Fox and Disney will collaborate to make some future projects since Disney bought Fox? And it also means the Orville is now owned by Disney. Well, the Orville's been owned by Disney for a couple of years now. Their first season, of course, being season 3. Yeah, I don't see why not. Disney is Fox and Fox is Disney. I think anything Fox does is a Disney collaboration because Disney owns it. What will they do? I don't know. Will it be any good? I also do not know. I don't trust Fox too much. Like even with sci-fi, it's hard to have a sci-fi show on Fox. It just doesn't last. Prime time's a tough spot for like spacefaring sci-fi, and that's what I like. I like spacefaring sci-fi. Maybe try plugging into a Tesla charging point. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, you'd have to drive your car there knowing it was going to go out. So I guess that wouldn't work. I was like, these charging stations, because we got plenty out here. We have a whole Tesla dealership 1 mile from here. And it'd be great if the charging stations had the clamps so you can jump start your car. But I'm like, well, you'd have to know your car needed a jump start, which you wouldn't be able to drive it to a charging station. So I guess that doesn't work. Daniel Vance, For All Mankind and Lessons in Chemistry. Oh, I haven't heard of Lessons in Chemistry. Are the 2 best shows I'm keeping up with as of late. I hear great things about For All Mankind. I don't have Apple TV Plus. I was thinking about at some point, but maybe, next year or the end of this year, doing a 7-day trial, because there are things I want to watch on there. I want to watch Severance. I want to watch it. How's it going, Thomas? Irie says, I'm number 39. Who will be number 42? Andrew says, I'm having some issues with Hulu. Hulu doesn't notify me about new episodes for anything. I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever gotten a notification. You talking about like for emails and stuff? I've never gotten an email from Hulu about a new show. I will see like shows that I've you could do like you could add shows to my stuff, shows that you commonly watch on one of those lines of shows on the Hulu app. It will say new episode this, new episode that, new movie. But I don't think I've ever, though I don't know if is that even an option, is to sign up to be notified of shows. Maybe it is. I don't know. It would make sense. Thomas had a question for me earlier. Let's see here. Thomas. You might have to retype it. I'm scrolling. Unless I already answered it and just that's new. Mateo says, I love For All Mankind, but I won't watch Brie Larson. Yeah, I don't mind her, but I have no idea who's on that show. No idea. Yeah, Tom. Oh, that's the one that I read. Do you think Fox and Disney will collaborate? I don't know. Like, really, I don't know. I mean, everything's a collaboration now that they own them. But I don't know if they'll have anything where they say Fox, Disney Plus, or Disney. Since Futurama is back and on Hulu, so you think a crossover with the Orville voice cast could ever happen? I mean, they won't play any Orville characters, but yeah. Well, Futurama, that's on Hulu. Seth doesn't, except for doing the voiceovers for his already established shows like Family Guy, stuff like that. He does voices for Family Guy, whatever other shows that he's previously had on there, but he doesn't do new projects with Fox, which is Hulu. Fox, Disney, and Hulu are all the same thing. But of course, you know, he was doing Disney, but Seth works for Peacock. Seth works for NBC. And that's why the TED series is coming to Peacock, because that is Seth's bosses is Peacock. They signed him up, what, 2 years ago, like a $500 million deal to make content for Peacock. So I think another one of the things that's slowing down more Orville, because he is free to make more Orville, and he wants to make more Orville, and we want him to make more Orville. But he has to come through on a bunch of projects for Peacock before he can be given some time off to do the Orville for Disney. But he's free to do it when he's got time. But he's got to come through, or else he might have to give Peacock $500 million. We want our money back. Yes, I saw the new Doctor Who 60th anniversary special. I saw the 50-year anniversary special 10 years ago. They had a Fathom Events actually had it come out in a movie theater for one night only. I went and saw that. It was so much fun. That's the one with Matt Smith and David Tennant joining forces. I saw the new one, loved it, had an amazing time. It was so good to see Dr. Donna back together. So good to see David Tennant. I was like, oh, I really feel like I'm watching Doctor Who, because I've been out of the Doctor Who loop for a few years now. I miss David too much, even though I really like Matt Smith. And Capaldi was great too. I just didn't like the look of the show as much with Capaldi. It looked too clean. I don't know. But yeah, I love David Tennant's Doctor Who. He was back. It was a simple, traditional story. It was funny. It wasn't trying to do too much. Went back to just being a simple Doctor Who story. I am wondering if the new TARDIS, because they redid the TARDIS, I wonder if that's just a David Tennant's 3-episode arc TARDIS. I wonder if the new Doctor Who is going to take on that TARDIS, or if they'll change it up for him as well. Because, you know, usually every Doctor gets a new TARDIS. But yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of it. You know, years after the Donna Noble seasons, at first Donna Noble, I was like, I don't know, I kind of like the other all the other what's their names? What are they called? Companions. I like the previous companions. I'm like, man, Donna's always giving them a hard time, this and that. But after a while, I ended up loving Donna. She was so funny. She was so different. And it was good to see her back. Put solar panels on the roof of your car, JP. I will. Anybody got some free solar panels they can send me? Ooh, Apple TV has a 3-month trial. I'll have to look at that, Mateo. Because 3-month trials, that's good. That gives me some time to watch some stuff. Disney needs to renew a quality show like The Orville as their movie quality has really hit the fan. Their movie quality, like the actual movies in theaters. Yeah, I almost have no interest in Disney films anymore. I mean, sometimes they'll come out stuff. I'm not going to go to the movie theater. I watched the new Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus. I enjoyed it. Wasn't trying to do too much like I was afraid they were going to try to do, because I'm getting tired of too much. I'm getting tired of just too many explosions, too many pew pews. So I like that the Haunted Mansion was just a regular movie. Give me regular movies. I've seen all the big blockbuster movies. Like number 44 to love your stream. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to the likes. We got 50 likes now. Oh my goodness, you guys. So many likes. Bree is in Lessons in Chemistry. Yeah, that show I know almost nothing about. So that's, yeah, I have no idea who's in that or what it's about. Did Orville get renewed? If they did, I missed the news. No, nothing yet. Now, if they did get renewed, that I will put a video up on this channel about. But also I'll be posting it everywhere. They haven't publicly gotten renewed. I mean, I really feel like we got a hiatus thing going on until all ducks need to be put in a row, and then they'll eventually give us more Orville. I don't think it's coming anytime soon, but I do think it is going to be coming at some point. Does the CBC Gym app work where you are? I don't think so. I hope it isn't just for Canadians, as I know how much you like the UK ghosts. Yeah, I was looking at, it looks like Paramount Plus is putting out the UK episodes of Ghosts. I don't know, 1 or 2 a week. They advertise both UK and US, and I went and checked it out. I was like, oh yeah, I can get caught up on the UK one, because I think there might be an extra season or something. I think I've seen 3 seasons. And I'm like, oh, cool. I went, they only had 2 episodes. A couple days later, they had 4 episodes. So they're kind of divvying them out a little bit. Didn't care for the doctor being lectured or the pronoun nonsense. Oh, you didn't get that they were actually making fun of the pronoun premise? They were making fun of the whole pronoun thing that people are doing nowadays in that scene. A lot of people hear buzzwords and their brain instantly just freezes and they can't see what's actually going on. That's what the internet has done to us and algorithms. The pronoun thing was a joke, and the doctor being lectured, if he's not being lectured by Donna, then that's not Donna. And then, you know, people tend to forget the entire time Donna is portrayed as oblivious to everything and very selfish. But no one complains about that. They went the other way. So yeah, I didn't mind any of that stuff. Donna's always lectured the doctor. But also, even though the doctor's new face is his old face, we all know that doctor didn't have the experiences of the previous doctor. It's the old doctor getting caught up. Technically, he had those experiences of Matt Smith and I can't remember her name, and Peter Capaldi, Doctor Who, but really he's just the David Tennant doctor. And he's getting caught up and he's in a new time. Sam says, I should check out DW tonight. It felt desperate to me to bring back Donna and 10 to add gravy to viewership. But many people have been saying it's a good show. Yeah, I loved it. Bringing those back, that's just what they do for Doctor Who anniversary specials. Doctor Who anniversary specials are always gonna bring back somebody, but it's just for the specials. Then we'll get a new Doctor Who, and the new Doctor Who will go off on his own thing and become his own thing. I only watched a little bit of Jodie Whittaker. I just stopped having time to watch Doctor Who, and then I got so far behind. I'm like, oh god, now I have to watch a whole bunch of stuff to get back into it. I can't watch a whole bunch of anything anymore. What happened to the world? The last Doctor Who I watched in 1981 was in 1981. That was 42 years ago, says Brian Dawkins. Oh, don't tell me 1981 was 42 years ago. I don't want to hear things like that. But it was, wasn't it? I was around in 1982. I didn't have much going on. I was just a little kid, but hey. 55 likes. Thanks a lot, you guys. Oh, UK Ghosts is being broadcast on CBS, and I find that the characters from the UK version are not very likable. They're very different. They're very different. It took me a while to get used to them, and then once I got used to them, then I liked them all. But the US version, I like everybody a lot. I didn't have to get used to anybody. I loved everyone right away. But right there, okay, what you just said, CBS is airing the UK Ghosts. Okay, that's a thing that we're going to see a lot of now. The streaming services, they're not getting the subscribers that they thought they were going to get. With Hollywood being shut down for all that time where nothing was being made, we're going to be seeing older shows or shows from other countries and other areas airing on TV as if it's their first run. So people are going to be introduced to streaming shows that you had to pay for to watch. They can watch it free over an antenna over on these primetime channels because they don't have new content, but they got to come up with something. So this is all part of the problem that we got ourselves into with the whole streaming deal. We thought streaming was going to be so great. Now there's too much of it. And they got too many shows on these too many streaming services, and we can't watch them all. How are we expected to watch all of these shows? So how many shows are even made every year now? It's like 500, 1,000. How many are we supposed to watch? I know that we want to watch more than we're able to watch because we have lives to live, I hope. We got things to do. We got to sweep the floors. We got to wash our cars. We got to go to work. We got to buy gas. We got to do all these things. We don't have time to watch all these shows that we want to watch. I say bring it down to 5. 5 awesome shows. Maybe 10 little love it or leave it shows. And then nothing else. Nothing else. There's too many shows. I love Umbrella Academy, but it's on holiday, it seems. Possibly. I think anything that costs money is on holiday right now. Streaming services, they spent a lot of money, and now they kind of like, oh damn, we don't have any more money left, and we don't have any more shows left. John Burns, hey JP, you are awesome. Go MacFarlane, do the best MacFarlane he can. So there won't be a Doctor Who where Doctor Who refers to 1 AD as 1 AD in 1 AD. LOL. Running off to dinner, but continue to live stream. I shall for a little while, John. I shall for a little while. The whole plan was to, come live stream for an hour or two. Mateo says, can't stick around, but I did drop something into your PayPal. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll keep up the great work, JP. I'm going to try. I got to figure out. This is a whole Rising Phoenix situation being put out of business by YouTube. Well, no, YouTube's allowing me to stay in business. They're just not giving me any AdSense, no ad revenue, but they're allowing people to watch my videos. The new SHORTVILLE channel that I started is doing great. Doing very great. We're already up to almost 5,000 subscribers. The views are just flowing in. They have no problems with them, according to the robots, until they do have a problem with them, as we learn these robots do. Of course, I can't monetize that channel either because it's connected to this channel. We have endless watch lists. We might be in content hell right now. Too much. I kind of want to see Urkel Saves Santa. Has anyone watched it yet? What? Is that a new thing? I have not heard of Urkel Saves Santa. Is that a brand new Urkel thing, if that's a brand new Urkel thing, I have to at least check it out. I owe I owe Urkel at least that. JP, if you watch Jodie, I will unlike. I did watch first couple episodes before I lost track. I liked her, but I still prefer the writing and the cinematography and the look of all the David Tennant stuff. And I think Urkel should be the Doctor. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Nice to see you. And that's a good that's a good one right there. Iris says, I feel the same about dispensaries. Too many choices. And oh gosh, when you walk into one, how many choices do you get? There's too much weed. Too many choices in weed. My cousin owns a dispensary. She got a lot of stuff of all kinds. Not only the products, but other products to help you make the products. She got plants, seeds, dirt, gardening tools, all that stuff at her store. John Burns says 5 awesome shows, including, wait for it, Dark Matter, right? Say it. Say it. Dark Matter. There, are you happy? I said it. Keep grinding. Pull those viewers to your other places. That's what I'm going to be doing. Pulling the viewers to the other places because I learned a lot. Being demonetized again, I learned more stuff. I learned a lot more stuff. So I can't wait to be able to put those, the things that I've learned into place. Urkel Saves Santa is a cartoon. Oh, I think I'll probably definitely watch that. It's got to be available out here. I mean, Urkel is America's sweetheart. Thank you, Paper Mate. Anyways, you got this, brother. Take care. Thank you so much. I just have to survive until the end of January. And then when they remonetize me, they owe me a bunch of money. They already owe me a bunch of money, but I can't get it until I get remonetized and then also wait a month. So I'm just going to keep clawing, keep trying to stay alive. I've always done that with this whole YouTube thing, but now this is the heat of the moment. This is the worst it's ever been. Archmage says, in my opinion, the magic and whimsy of Who started fading towards the middle end of Matt Smith. I think Capaldi was the best actor to ever play the Doctor with the worst material. Yeah, I liked Capaldi. You had to get used to him. It was a whole new type of thing, right? I liked him a lot. And he did a great job, but I didn't like the adventures as much. I gotta like the adventures, the what ifs. David Tennant was visiting a lot of planets with what if societies. What if the entire society was stuck in a traffic jam? You know, that type of thing. I love what ifs. John Smith says the reviews claiming you absolutely have to watch WandaVision and Miss Marvel are an absolute lie, but ABC could have aired those shows in the build-up for hype purposes. Yeah, everything being advertised will say it's a must watch. It's a must watch. That's any product. It's always been. Everything is a must watch. It always has been. I really liked WandaVision. I never checked out Miss Marvel. It just didn't seem something that would appeal to me. If it was just a movie, maybe. But if it's a TV show, it's got to be an awesome premise for me to dive into an entire TV show, even though TV shows are pretty short nowadays. Yeah, the reviews. I never believe the reviews of anything, good or bad. I completely ignore all reviews in this day and age. The internet has ruined the purpose of reviews. Colleen says, I loved Capaldi. I really liked him a lot too. And he played guitar, which was pretty cool. I liked it when his fro got a little bit bigger. That was fun. My sister, oh, probably my cousin. My cousin has a dispensary. Needs to name a new hybrid after the Orville. Ooh, I'd call it a boomstick. Or Geloja blend. Actually might not be good. Don't have a Geloja blend. Yes, this is the second time, Colleen, that YouTube has done this to me this year. Never once before. Just this year, I got hit twice. And it hurts. It hurts really, really bad. It feels like you're in an abusive relationship, JP. I am. I'm being abused. Being abused by robots who don't know any better. Stupid robots. Archmage says, that's great. Capaldi is up there in my favorite portrayals. I just don't like his stories as much. Same here. But I'm only a new era fan, so I can't talk. I've always been aware of Doctor Who my entire life because it's been around for 60 years. Never really got into it because it wasn't readily available anywhere. But then 2005 came around. And Doctor Who was available right away. I got into it right away, and I loved it. Loved it right away. Rose Tyler helped. Remember Rose? There's Martha. I like the Martha stories. Amy and Rory. That was a lot of fun. Remember Bob? Was that Capaldi? Was she even around very long? I like Bob. I ended up really enjoying Bob's character as a companion. Colleen says, I only really jumped on board for the 50th, so I really can't get on my high horse either. Yeah, I started 2005 when they finally brought the show back with Eccleston. I haven't seen season 2 of Loki yet. It is on my list, and I do have Disney Plus now. Who's watched Loki? I totally love the time travel elements. That's one reason I'm really looking forward to it. I love time travel. And no spoilers, the ending was magnificent. Boomstick. I read that the actor that played Loki no longer wants to play that character. Weird. What else has he got to do? That's just like saying I don't want to act anymore. Because if someone's gonna hire you to act, they're gonna hire you to act as Loki. But I don't want to do Loki anymore. I'm tired of him. Well, too bad. You want to be in pictures, don't you? Yeah, the Kalon are trying to shut me down, and I thought the Kalon liked me. When I talked to Mark Jackson, he seemed lovely. He seemed like he enjoyed talking to me. He said he did. Oh, but we know what he does. He'll turn on a human just like that. He was spying for the Kalon the entire time. You know what I'm talking about. Robots that don't know any better. You're so empathetic and compassionate, JP. I try, because when I go the other way, I start becoming a very angry and mean person. I have it inside me to be extremely mean, and I quashed that that part of me many years ago because I'm too damn good at it. And I was like, well, this is a horrible way. This is a horrible thing to be good at. Try to be nicer. It feels better. Arkmay says, I think Martha Jones, more appreciation. I really liked Martha. I liked the character. I liked the adventures. Martha, why did you say that name? That's my mother's name too. I think everyone in this chat, all of our mother's names is Martha. I don't know if that was proper English that I just spoke right now, but hey, you know what I'm trying to say. Curtis says, I'm watching the William Hartnell Who episodes from the 60s. I am really enjoying them. I'm trying to remember which one was William Hartnell. Was he the white-headed guy that knows Kung Fu? Bill, not Bob. Bill. That's even better than Bob. Bill. That's right. Thank you. That's who you are thinking of as Capaldi's companion. I don't remember hardly anything about Bill, but I remembered I liked Bill. Bill, not Bob. It's Bill the Builder, not Bob the Builder. What about the early 10 episode when they brought in Sarah Jane? Oh, that's right, Sarah Jane. And then they had a spinoff. Was it called Sarah Jane Chronicles? I can't remember. But yes, I remember. I remember Sarah Jane being in there. Oh, there's nothing for him after season 2, but he's open to returning. Sid says, please watch Loki season 2. So good. Well, I liked season 1. I like that they're having fun. A lot of these the Marvel TV shows are having a lot of fun. I don't care about all of them, but the goofier they are, the better for me. I enjoyed season 1. I think I would very much enjoy season 2. There's just nobody here that wants to watch things that I want to watch. Maybe he's going to be 007. Oh, what if the Loki dude, Middleton is his last name? Middleton. Yeah, 007. I don't know. You kind of got to be an action hero you got to be all buff to be a 007 these days. I love to see. He'd play a really good suave 007, wouldn't he? Tom Hiddleston, there you go, has been Loki for something like a dozen years. I think he may want to do something different now. Well, he can't. Nobody wants that. Loki forever. Loki or nothing. Yeah, Isaac voice. Coexistence with JP is impossible. Silly old Isaac. Yeah, I don't know if they ruined Loki or not, but if they did, maybe he's sick of it. John Burns, are you going to get your poster made? You know, the fake movie about you and Seth as quirky police constables walking the beat in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Moose Jaw Vice. Who says that that's fake? Coming soon to a streaming service near you. Moose Jaw Vice. Zach Dingus says, hey, thanks for always supporting the Orville. I always will. The show is very important. Not everybody saw that at first, but more and more people are starting to realize, hey, this show's kind of important to the galaxy. I mean, that show would bring peace across the universe. Any planet that is lucky enough to watch the Orville will be a better planet. It may not feel like it right now on this planet. That's because everybody hasn't watched the Orville yet. Still, so many people just discovering the Orville for the first time right now. Brian Dawkins says, I'm glad I have never seen your mean side. And if all goes well, you never will. No matter what happens, I try to, I keep that locked away. It's not even in here anymore. It's off in one of the shoulders. I think it's this shoulder. Yep, there he is. There's Mean JP right in there. Oh, William Hartnell was the original Doctor, the first. Was that in the 60s? I kind of felt like it was before them, but I guess not. 60 years. That's about right. Okay, yeah. So he did have white hair, but he didn't know Kung Fu. The karate chop guy was the third Doctor, Pertwee. James says, nope, my mother's name was Wanda. Her middle name was Lee, and her maiden name was Skaggs before she married my dad. Oh my God, she was related to Randy Skaggs. That's pretty awesome. That means you're related to Randy Skaggs. Colleen says Loki season 2 is so good. Levy or Levi is right. I think it was better than season 1, honestly, even though it drags a little in the middle. The ending is so spectacular. John talking to Colleen, have you checked out Lindsay Ellis's Loki, Narcissism, and the MCU? Good video on why there's so many narcissists on TV and the world. Narcissism, that's a topic I've studied a bunch. Your mother, Brian Dawkins, my mother was Wacky Jackie. Joyce says, my mama was a Joyce. They shortened it for me. Ah, Joy and Joyce. Is the Orville still on the charts? I looked it up today. It's number 11 in the top 83 shows. 83 or 85. It's number 11. It could be up or down tomorrow. Hopefully it's on an upswing and it gets back into the top 10. Is there any Nicola news? No, she's still chilling. Hey, where'd she go? Oh, she's still there. Oh, your head is too close to the power off button. But I can't get back there to get her, because then I'll definitely accidentally hit it myself. She's sleeping behind the computer screen. JP in Orville Evangelist mode. That's a mode I jump right back into very easily. Very easy for me to be an Orville evangelist. Because I'm an evangelist for the Orville. 1963, JP, that was Hartnell. Okay. For some reason, I think it's always older than that. But no, that makes sense. The 60s. And now we're in the 60-year anniversary. I love it. They got that actor to play the Hartnell. Hartnell's doctor like a couple years ago. Was that part of the Capaldi era? That guy is so good at it. Archimedes Frey says, I remember the day JP knocked on my front door to tell me the news of the Orville. A Jehovah's Witness, if you will. Have you heard the good news? The Orville has risen. They had to use quantum energy, though, because they have quantum drive. What's quantum, you ask? I don't know. Really cool stuff. Makes you do cool things if you have the technology for it. James Cecil, dang spam caller. How dare you interrupt my JP live cast or live show? Maybe live cast. Twilight Zone 1959. Now that's a damn show I could watch anytime. The Twilight Zone. Love it. And you know, the whole what if thing. That's why I love Twilight Zone, because almost every episode was a what if situation. What if a guy could stop time? What if a camera could tell the future? What if 2 astronauts made it to Mars and then were put into a zoo, a human zoo exhibit, Command performance. Lost in Space, 1965. I watched, when I was a kid, they had a lot of reruns of Lost in Space. I watched many a rerun of Lost in Space. I tried to watch the ones that were in color. Sometimes it would be a black and white one. All right, Dark Helmet. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, checking out. Have fun, all. Egotastic fun time. Have you heard of your Lord and Savior, Jaloja? I have. Did you guys hear that too? Or am I the only one? What if a man broke his glasses? I'm not good at explaining these episodes. This episode. Time. There was finally enough time. Enough time at last. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Wasn't Robbie the Robot also in an episode of Twilight Zone? Yes, Ed Mercer for president of the union. Talking to Archmage, Colleen reminds me of the bits they did like that in Futurama, like the most dangerous animal turns out it's man. I agree with that. You have that right, Futurama. You know what? I haven't finished the new season of Futurama. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but that was like a month or 2 ago. There's more, and I know it. The scary door. The scary door. That was an episode of they were spoofing the Twilight Zone. Was that that's Futurama, right? Yeah. I heard it. Is YouTube really smacking your PP for using SFX? This time they smacked me down because I was moving all my shorts to my non-monetized channel. I was in the process of doing it because you can only do it a little per day. You can't just throw them all out there and put them up. But then they saw the same videos on both channels because I was in the process. I was going to erase them all from this channel, which I have done. They're all gone. I have no shorts on this channel. They're all on the second channel, the Shortville. They're like, oh, reuse content from my own channel to a non-monetized channel. So they demonetized everything. Shouldn't matter. But yes, Robbie was and Lost in Space. Yep, he was doing double duty. 60, almost to 67 likes. So close. Robbie wasn't everything. Yeah, Robbie was a big piece of Kit. Basically, he was a cool new thing for that time and era. So they're like, we got to get as much out of this thing as we can. So yeah, Robbie the Robot was everywhere. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. The scary door. With the war over, is the Orville a ship exploration again? That's tough to say because now we're at war with the Mocklins and the Krill, which, you know, we have the Kalon on our side, so don't be too afraid. But they're probably all going to end up being terrorists that we can't find. They're just popping up everywhere, causing damage, and then disappearing. Ooh, that'd be a good parallel right there. But I think even in a war situation, the Orville still tries to get as much exploration under its belt as it can. Who's to say that Captain Ed Mercer is actually Seth MacFarlane? Yeah, a bit of timey-wimey time travel. Ooh. He just goes by the name Ed to throw off people from the 21st century that might be watching. I wonder what the state is of the Orville sets. Were they taken down and put into storage already, or are they still intact on a soundstage? They are not intact on the soundstage. They were, some of it was thrown away, some of it was kept. But they couldn't keep it there because they couldn't keep all of it because storage is like $300,000 a month. So that adds up. Robbie was even in a Columbo episode. Wow, they're really stretching Robbie's relevance by having him show up in a Columbo episode. YouTube should be called Will YouTube. What we need is NewTube. But no one is probably allowed to put up a new platform that has any type of ability to compete with YouTube, because if they had an ability to compete, YouTube would shut them down. They would pay whoever they need to pay to shut down that platform. There's a good podcast called Shuttle Pod Show. Yes, I'm aware of that show. They have good interviews with people from Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek, the motion picture, starring William Shatner as Captain Kirk. I should go look up and, there's probably advertisements for Star Trek the motion picture somewhere on the internet. I wonder what kind of vibe they have. Probably someone talking like this, or maybe talking like this. It can go either way, but no other ways, just those two. All right, you guys, it's just about that time. Thanks for talking about the Orville sets. Yes, important things were kept. The non-important things were tore down. They had to give that studio back so that Fox can make some more shows. Also, I do wonder, I've talked about this before, I very much wonder when they come back, when the Orville gets put back up and running and making more episodes, will they be on the Fox slot? They were only on the Fox slot for season 3s because they were already started building it and filming stuff when they got moved to being a Disney Hulu thing. They were already up and running. So they just said, hey, we'll just rent this space out and keep it going. But eventually they had to tear it down when they're done with it because they knew the hiatus was going to be a long time. But Seth MacFarlane says he's cautiously optimistic that there's going to be a 4th season. He wouldn't say that without being sure that wasn't going to bite him in the ass later, right? Love you to have caught a live stream. Thanks, JP. Thanks, everybody. Good to connect with everyone. And also, as far as connection goes, I'm just experimenting with it because it just was announced today. Patreon. So anyone who's a Patreon, we can do live chats, like a Discord type thing, on the Patreon page if you're using the Patreon app on your phone, which I never looked at. So I looked at it and boom, there it was. So I started a live chat. I don't know if anyone's spoken on it, but I did allow them to send me notifications. So I'm sure once somebody speaks in the live chat, well, maybe there is. Let me see. Maybe I got a notification. I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. No notification as of yet. But there'll be some live chat boxes going on over on the Patreon for those that have become a patron of Egotastic FUNTIME. But yeah, I'll be putting some original videos up on the Patreon page. YouTube doesn't deserve videos right now, but we'll do live streams. What's up, Don Ranger Power? Hello, JP and all, and happy Cyber Monday. Oh, is that today? Hope everyone's final weekend was well. Despite the passing of a local weather anchor, Seattle's own Steve Poole. Oh my goodness, that's my last name. I don't know Steve Poole. I don't know. I don't have any family in Seattle that I know of, but he spells it the same way, or at least you spelled it the same way. Sorry to hear that. Another Poole bites the dust. Oh, 73 likes. Awesome, you guys. Archmage says, for the Enterprise anniversary a couple months back, I went through lots of the original promo material for it. It's a fun trip. I bet. I wish I could go back in time. If I could go back in time, you know where I'd go? I'd go to Vegas Star Trek experience. I love the Star Trek experience. It's gone now. It's been gone a long time. I miss it. I miss eating dinner at Quark's. They had a whole Deep Space Nine area that was awesome. Ferengi running around, Klingons running around, Borg running around, and they were all by legit actors, so they all did a great job. Final weekend of the month, that is. Heavy Cap, if I was Seth, I would just fund your channel for the next year. Would 200K do it? You know what? I could probably do it for 50K. 50K would work. Heck, at this point, I'd do it for $500 because that would help a lot too. Thanks for clarifying the final weekend. That sounded ominous. The final weekend. Do 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 do. Thank you, Don Ranger Power. Seth still hasn't sent in the $500, so unfortunately, I'll just have to do it for free. They brought back the Vegas experience in Lower Decks, sort of. Oh, in the show? Hey, I now have access to Lower Decks, the new season, because I have Paramount Plus right now for a limited time. So I'm going to have to get caught up on that, and then we can have deep, long discussions of Lower Decks, because that's a fun damn show. Yeah, got the mirror behind me over there. I got Riker looking at us. Picard's over here. Can't see him. There's the Orville Evangelist. There's the Planetary Union. There's the crew, the original crew. And there's Avis, always watching. Now, just so you know, that's not just some printout of Avis. That is actually a screen-used page from the Book of Avis from the episode Krill. That was actually, you saw that in the episode. The other side of it has a bunch of Krill writing on it. But, you know, the wall doesn't let me show two sides of one piece of paper. Maybe that's where I should have the mirror. All right, you guys, how long have we gone here? Does it tell me? Well, I started at 5:30. So it's been almost an hour and a half. So it's about time almost to wrap up. Put all my family to sleep. Good night. Good night. Like, it's too early to go to sleep. I'm like, go to sleep. I stopped the live stream so I can say good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. So since Seth didn't contribute the 500, maybe it's taking a while because he's thinking, you know what, maybe I should do 200K. 200K should just about do it, I think. I think that's just about right. The Political Bulldog says, can't see the stream because of the stupid YouTube ad block filter, but wanted to pop in and say hello anyways. You are a major inspiration, JP, and I hope you don't give up on being a YouTuber. Oh, I'll never give up. I'll be long and gray, more gray than I am now. I'll be long and gray with a cane, doing YouTube stuff. About time to hit the old dusty trail. Have a good day. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you, those who are helping to keep the lights on. I don't know how much longer they're going to be on. We'll see what I can do once they're off, by subscribing or prescribing for those that just need Egotastic Fun Time. Patreon, don't forget to check out Twitch. We're going to be doing Masters of the Universe watch party here in just a couple days. I'll put out an announcement of when and where. Well, it'll be on Twitch, but what day and when on that day. I'll be watching Masters of the Universe together. I haven't seen that movie in years. And thanks for everyone who's lending support on the PayPal. Very much appreciated. I'll be back here streaming. Very soon. But I'll be streaming on Twitch even sooner. But I'll see you guys very soon. Oh, real quick question. Dan Crane says, JP, is my membership still active during the monetization period? Not on YouTube. All memberships on YouTube have been suspended. They say until, you get remonetized, which hopefully will be in the very end of January. Let's call it February. But I think I will be ending all memberships on YouTube. I don't like the way YouTube does things. So I think I'll just be doing support going forward on Patreon and PayPal. And just by coming in and giving that thumbs up and saying hey, and us having a good time, because that's the most important thing. Having an egotastic fun time. But yes, right now YouTube has no memberships. They're all on pause. But once they allow me to click on things again, which I can't right now, I will be ending all YouTube memberships. You just have to be a member in my heart. All right, take care all. Have a great night. We'll see you very soon. And I have to figure out which button to press. Let's try this one.